All right, welcome back to DL Kramer's Custom Cars and everything. And right now, we're currently in a blizzard. It is. Oh, this video don't do adjust. The temperatures are dropping. Anyway, I just want to show you that I got my shifter mounted to the shifter plate. And I made this adapter plate, you know. And then I had to shorten the plate up. I had to go like this, you know. So I had to cut out, because since I moved the motor ahead, I cut this much out of it, you know. So this piece I cut out of it, you know. Then I welded the two pieces back together. I took this piece out, you know. So now, and then I also had to lengthen the rods. So I did that, you know. So I got them both hanging here. So I had to lengthen them 1 3/4 inch each one. Now, I haven't done anything yet with the reverse rod here. Everybody tells me the shift lever is different from the 833 to the 833 overdrive. Is it? I don't know. But that excuse me, but that goes down under the transmission mount and back up again. So we'll work at that in a little while. But yeah, but I got this all ready to go. My adapter fits well. So let's you can see my adapter here. So it's my adapter. So anyway. Oh. Okay, well, now I just mounted the plate in here. I thought I was recording, but it was vice versa. So now we're recording. I mounted these 3 bolts in here. I touched up the tranny mount with some black paint and I got it on me. So I'm going to go clean my hand off. Boy, A-body. So anyway, the original, this is a B-body transmission, by the way. And these 3 holes that are on the snout were not drilled and tapped, so I had to drill and tap them out to mount my adapter to it. Because only other place that's got something is on the front side of it, you know. And that's in the way. So, but later on I'll take you for a tour. But I gotta go get this off of me, this paint. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Now you can kind of see the bottom of the shifter here, you know. I'm trying to get both sides of this, and it's very difficult. So now this is the reverse lever, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So what we're gonna do is and this is 1, 2 right here. So we're gonna connect this to this, and we're gonna set that. Now I've shoved the Allen wrench here. Let me tip this up a little bit. Now I shoved the Allen wrench in here to line these two, and then the reverse lever goes behind it. This one doesn't have a hole in on this type of shifter. This is that push-in handle one, not the bolt-in handle, but the push-in handle. So for some reason it doesn't have a, you know, so we got to make sure this is pushed all the way forward, and then Allen wrench here is pushed through this lever and all the way to the other side here to that hole. So then this is pulled back all the way. So at least I hope I'm right about that. So I would assume I am, because when it goes in reverse, this lever will go back and then it'll tip this lever this way. So because this is the reverse one over here, as you can barely see. So let's I'm going to try to be a cameraman and a guy that's working on this at the same time. So let's I wonder right there. Let's see, I got it right here. And it's got to go. Okay, maybe this will work. Okay. So now when you put this 1-2 lever up, this faces out and this faces down at an angle. Okay. So let's see if we can get it through here. I have to put it above that transmission cross member thing. Okay. I gotta get my butt under here somewhere, I think, or something. Try to do this around the camera here. Shove that through. I've had these set, but they've turned now. Now they're probably off. I'm gonna make an assumption. Hold on here. Okay, just like that. Okay, just like that. Okay. Turn in the spot. That doesn't seem that way, huh? See. Okay, transmission is in gear. So let's take that little crescent wrench here. I believe it was this one here that's still in gear. Always turn the crescent wrench the wrong way. Okay, yeah, I'm turning the tail shaft here. I got my 727 yoke slid in there, but for some reason it don't want to slide in all the way. I don't know why. Okay, so we got our neutral. Okay, this is mounted up there. I can tell that's in the place. So I was so careful I didn't want to turn these. And you see, let's see, you can't see that now. You can see how it fits in here nice and loose. Okay, perfect. So let's and it's on the, oh, it was. Okay, just let's put the nut and the bolt on there. The nut and the bolt, that don't make sense. How about the nut and the washer? Let's do that, huh? Okay. These are block nuts. This is so hard to film. I can't. Hey, hang on a minute. Is this out all the way? Hey, that might help. Jeez. That actually does help. Okay. So let's tighten that up. I got the wrench under here yet. Took half the toolbox under here again. Okay. Okay, how are we doing up here for alignment? Tip this back again so you can see what I'm doing. I think A little bit of resistance on there, but that ain't bad. Okay. Now let's put a washer. Now I'm using these clevis keys just temporarily right now, setting this up. But I'm gonna have to put the real, these would fall out eventually. So they're not, I gotta make a reverse lever yet and all that stuff. So we're only filming in, putting the shifter in and the 1, 2, 3, 4 shifts in. And then we'll have to see here. Yeah, that works too, don't it? I'm just gonna put this in for now. Just like that. See, that would eventually fall out. So now let's do 3, 4 lever. And I had to extend these since I moved the motor ahead. So I just extended them 1.75 inches. I just I took a bolt, a grade 8 bolt, and then I cut it off and welded it in there. So now let's put this in. Now this one, let's see now here. I gotta think about this for a minute. This one faces upward, but it faces inward. Okay. Let's hook this up until we find where it goes here. There it goes. Oh, there it is. Oh, that didn't stay there. It's turning. And where's the thing again? Okay, it's right there. Let's tighten that guy up. Oh, got the wrong wrench here again. Okay. Okay. Oh, that one went into gear. I think that's third, I think. Let's. Oh, hang on. Everything's in the way here. Why am I having such a hard time here? Okay, let's see if I can just dial it in on the. Let's see. Okay. 5/4. What is going on here? Right there, huh? Okay. They have to be in the middle. That must be the middle. Okay. I'll be in neutral. And you can check by turning the tail shaft. Well, we're definitely in neutral. Okay. Now we'll slide this up here. I'm so careful. It must have made one revolution on its own. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? Maybe two. Maybe two. Fits in there nice. Okay, now that one faces that way. So they face one another. Now let's put a washer on there. Okay, lost it. Okay. Now again, these keys are just temporarily. I still got to make the reversed. Oh, what the heck is going on here? There we go. Okay. Now, hopefully you can see that. See if I can zoom in a little bit here. I can see the 1 and 2 lever. All right, let's use that one. This one here. You see the 1 and 2 lever right here? It's got a area that comes out so that lever can sit behind it and face outward. You see the key is on the outside. And then the 3 and 4, the one faces inward, you know. Okay? So, they face opposites. Okay? And you can see here how I lengthened them, you know. Because I moved the motor ahead, and when I moved the motor ahead, the shifter had to stay where it was, go through the hole to the floor. So then I had to, move all that. So you can kind of see. Now here's where reverse goes on. Well, you can't see it right now, but so anyway, then the rods go through. The rods go through above. Oh, yeah, I get caught on everything here. God, I just can't move this. So the rods go above the transmission mount through this hole, you know, and then they come out on the bottom. Now, again, the 3-4, which is in the front of the case, faces this way towards the other one. The first and second faces that way, okay? Now, the reverse one, on this shifter, normally you would put your deal all the way through to line them all up. You want to make sure the transmission's in neutral, the shifter's in neutral. That's what it does. So everything's aligned from the neutral step, you know, the shifter. So, and then you can see my adapter I made there, you know. So I had to bang in the floor right here a little bit, you know. So there's probably 1/8 of an inch between the floor and my adapter. And I got the yoke in there so I could turn this to make sure she's in neutral. Okay? So everything's in neutral right now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try to set you guys up, and I'm going to try to shift it. Let's see. Trying to see. I zoom out a little bit. Let's see. Can you see this one move? This one you might be able to see move. Okay. I want to be able to make sure that we can see everything more in here. Okay. First and second, third and fourth. Reverse, well, that's not going to be moving, so that's not going to matter. So I'm going to go up now. I got to pull my centering pin out of the shifter. which I just did. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to shift the shifter to see if I can get this all to shift. And I hope I can here. Everything seems to be loose. Everything's in a neutral status. See, and then when you put it in reverse, this lever will go back, you know, and then the bar actually goes around the bottom of the transmission mount, goes up to this one, okay? Now I have this out of gear, this one too. I have the whole transmission right now in neutral, the shifter's in neutral. So I'm gonna go up and try to shift that all now. We'll see once. And you guys should be able to see this one rod going, another rod going. All I can do is get you up this far so you can still see it move back here, you know? So this is the final moment when we're going to see once if my adapter works or if I got to use it as a boat anchor. Hopefully my adapter works, you know? And hopefully the rods don't hit the... God, I think that rod's just barely going to hit that, ain't it? Oh, God, I hope not. Let's see, I got to look at this one. I could probably chisel that little piece out of there, maybe. Maybe it'll come close. I don't know. Everything's close under here. So I'm going to go grab a vice grip here. This is going to be my handle. I don't have a handle or the shift rod that goes from the shifter here. So I got to use this as everything. We'll call the vice grip instead of a pistol grip. We'll call the vice grip shifter. So I'll go hook this up quick and see if it shifts through the gears. And then I got to start figuring out the reverse rod here. I got the rod, but they tell me that the lever doesn't work on the overdrive. This is the overdrive A33. They tell me the ratio isn't right on it. So can I cut it off and re-weld a plate onto that plate and then drill a hole in it for the ratio? I don't know. So on this video, we're going to get her this far, and then I'm going to start investigating that, and then we'll go to that, and then hopefully the shifter's done, you know. So, and enough screwing around, enough talking. I'm going to head up to the top here now. Get in the car. I got to get up. See what's here. Put my hat up here or something. I get in the car. Hopefully the shifter works now. This is the moment of truth here. Okay, neutral. First. Second. No problem. Okay. Feels good. First. Okay, here we go. Let's run through this. First. Neutral. Second. I hear something. I think it barely hits, guys. Third, neutral, fourth. Oh no. Barely hits. It works, but it might pop it out of gear. Oh. We're back to neutral again. One little, tiny little snub, I can hear it. I bet it's hitting the frame, isn't it, guys? Hitting that cross member. Let's see. What if I grab my big hammer and a chisel and the reverse rod right away? Let's come back under there. Let's see now. Hammer's under there. I'm going to see if I can just bang that just enough to get some more room in there. I think we just need just a tidbit of room, don't we? Because it goes in the second. But I bet it would pop it out if it had a chance. See, would this work? It's about the longest chisel I got. Let's just try it. I'm going to bring the reverse rod under there too right away. See if I can see anything wrong with that. I'm sure it has to be lengthened no matter what. What do we do here first? Let's back you guys up. Let's see once if I can take my hammer chisel here. I think just barely getting there. If that did hang. I might have fixed it. I think it's just barely hitting that. I mean, just barely. I mean, it goes in the gear, you know. It goes in the gear, but if the motor shakes, it might shove it out of gear. You know what I mean? That's how close it is. Just don't know. That might be enough. Oh, I gotta hold this right here. I gotta move you guys just a little bit again. Well, I'll go up and try it here in a little bit, I think. But man, I hope that's enough. God, that's quite a distance away. You'd think that would be enough. What if... Oh, I suppose I can't put it in second myself. Oh, look at that. It did work. Look at that. God, it's so close. It's not touching it, but boy, you'd be lucky if you get a matchbook through there. Okay, so I know I'm going to have to do something with that probably. Wonder if I can just bend that a little bit. I mean, see that? That might rattle down the highway. That's how darn close that is. Let's see. God, I should be able to bend that over. I should see once if I can. Yeah. Let's see. Man, I mean, it'll work this way, but it's just, if the motor rattles, I'm worried about if the motor vibrates a little bit. Well, you know, it's only second gear though, ain't it? And if the motor lifts with the torque, you know what? I think that'll work just the way it is. I think I figured it out. So let's get back to the business at hand here. See, are we all the way out here? Okay, see, here's the reverse lever. And here's the reverse. Okay, yeah, this work. I'm gonna run out of light here if I keep. So now here's the reverse. Here's the reverse one. See, this is factory. This is how they did it. They ran it around, you know. Holy cow. So I don't know why. It looks like I could just adjust that out far enough. Holy cow. That thing hangs low, don't it? What the? Okay. Well, let's see if this works. Very interesting. Huh. Very interesting. Oh, great. Now I don't have a key in the... I need a key in the washer, don't I? Can we adjust this all the way out or not? God, if this works, it'd be amazing. But I don't think this is a factory bend. I think this is like a factory bend, but this is, to me, it looks a little drastic, like they made it fit something else. I went too far, didn't I? Went too far. Okay. My arm needs a break. I'm right about that, right? Turns clockwise to go in reverse, don't it? Uh-oh, hang on a minute. Got this still there. There, I had to put the shifter neutral. Now I could probably... Why won't it go into reverse? Let's see. This is all neutral. At least I hope it is. Maybe it is out of adjustment. That does the. God, I can't do anything in here. What is going on here now? I screw something up. Okay, that's neutral. Okay, transmission's in neutral. Why won't we go in reverse? Maybe the motor's got to be turned a little bit on. Or the clutch has got to be pushed in. Well, let's just leave it the way it is. I don't want to wreck that knob. It's in good shape yet. So let's do it this way. Hook this back up to there. See, when it goes back, then it turns it. Question that I got. Oh, there's gotta be a catch. Always a catch. Okay. Arm gets tired, guys. Huh. Something don't seem right here. It is in there. Huh. There, it fits really good. I'm gonna go get a key and a washer and a washer. And then we'll assemble this and we'll see if we can get it to shift. I'll push the clutch in to make the knob loose on the front. And then, you know how it is, sometimes you got to release the clutch just a little bit and all else and it'll go in reverse sometimes. You know. So let's, I'll go grab that stuff quick. I need a key, a washer, and a washer. Paint all over my fingers again. When I touched up the cross member, I got, boy, if this works, oh my God, I'd be happier than heck. Let's see. I need the key and then I need 2 washers, don't I? And come on, where's my 5/16 washers? There we go. Well, you know what though? That shifter one I think is going to take a 1/4 inch one, ain't it? The shifter one, that didn't make sense when I just talked. What I just said. These are all banged all the heck. Find a nice fresh one here. Let's grab a 1/4 inch one for the heck of it. I have a 1/4 inch flat washer. Right there. Okay. Then we can try that reverse out. But I think I might have pushed the clutch in. Okay. So we got our 5/16 one for that. Got the right nut on there. Okay. Came with the transmission, so. Okay. And let's get that one tight. What the heck? That lever tight. Okay. Let's try with this universal thing. Come on. Well. Gotta love cheap tools. You just gotta love them. Okay. Oh, there it went. Oh, it's in reverse. Okay. There's that. There's a washer on there. So there's temporary key on there. I didn't record where the hole was. Yeah. Pull it back off. Which we can't now for some reason. Come on, where's the hole for the peony? Okay, so go straight through. Does it go through without a washer on it? Oh, it's just that tight. Washer takes up all the room, huh? Let's try it one more time. I like to put a washer on there. I'll have to find a really thin one, I suppose. Yeah. Yep. That's the problem. Okay. Right away. Yep. That's the problem. Okay. Transmission's in neutral. Okay. Now, you guys watch that and see if that works. Boy, look at it. That is so funky. Hope it works. Because then what we have to do, well, I don't know if it works. So let's just see if it works. Before we get all excited and undies in a bunch. Counting our chickens and counting our eggs. And I got a funny feeling that's not going to work. But I don't know that for sure. I gotta. Okay, first of all. Okay. No, nothing's working. Yeah, nothing's working now. So. Yeah, I figured it wasn't going to work. Okay. It don't work. Somebody told me that reverse ratio is different. And nobody makes a lever. Nobody. Why? Big secret or something? Or pull that off. Get nothing to move anyway. Now, everything's still in line here because the shifter's in neutral. Yeah, that would be reverse. So that's up there. If it falls, it might not shift. I don't know. Might have to hold it like that. Just doesn't make any sense. Or did I buy a bad transmission? That's probably what I did, is I bought a bad transmission. Versus probably out of it or something. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is push on the clutch, didn't I? Oh, let's try it again. Yeah, but look at that. That is off, isn't it? You see it right there. It's off. I want to go in the hole. If I flip this forward, it goes in the hole. But then what that's going to do is throw off the synchro. Maybe that's the whole problem. Am I going to have to take it off so I can turn it? Am I going to get lucky enough to do it this way? Oh, bottomed it out. That is it. All it'll give me. Oh, there it went. Come on. Have a turn. Oh, I think reverse the shot. No. Now it's in reverse. Okay. Yeah, that rod. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Huh. Wonder if there's a way I could bend that thing. Well, here, let's turn this down here for now. I can't turn it backwards. There we go. Yeah, that reverse rod's gonna need a little work, guys. Definitely. It needs a bend in it. It's got to kind of, yeah. And then that plate too, I'm wondering, that shifter lever plate here. They say that's wrong. That's different from an E33 to an E33 ore drive. It's got to be something to do with the ore drive in it. Okay, let's see if the shifter works again now I unhooked it. And I got this all the way forward. Hopefully it doesn't come back, then it doesn't allow it to shift. I should put the shifter in reverse and see where it ends up at, eh? That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? I might have to have something on here to hold it. I'm not sure. Zip tie or something for now. Okay, let's go see that. Now I gotta get up again. See if it shifts. If it shifts, then I know that reverse rod had a lot to do with it. Takes me a second to get some blood back to my head here. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah, I thought that was gonna work. It actually mounted up. It was off about 1/8 of an inch, well, 1/16 of an inch, maybe. Something like that. And then that guy told me that sold me the shifter. He said, yeah, that reverse rod, they got something funky with that. So that all figures out to be true. Hopefully it shifts. Oh yeah, now it shifts perfect. I think. Yeah. Yep. Now to get it way in reverse. Yeah. And if I can get it up in reverse, gotta reclamp my vice grip on it. I think it's in reverse now. So if I put it in reverse, which I believe it's in there now, now let's look at the rod. See if we see anything different again. Maybe I got it adjusted wrong. I don't know. I don't think I do though. Yeah. Definitely in reverse. That's kicked up there too. Wow, that ratio is way different, ain't it? So I got the tranny in reverse now. How about let's screw this thing out once and let's see, wouldn't that make sense? Huh. Let's try one more move on it yet. And if it don't work, then it don't work. And I know I gotta figure it out. Maybe buy a new shifter rod and then, God, if I could just borrow a plate from somebody, I'd send it back to them. I swear to God, I would. Yeah, it ain't gonna reach. It ain't gonna reach, ain't it? I'm almost the end of that. Yeah. It ain't reaching that. Shoot. What do you do? Yeah, we're just gonna run out. Well, maybe this thing has to be extended too, huh? Cutting an 1 3/4 at it. I don't know. Let's put this thing in the middle and measure it once. Transmission's in reverse, the shifter's in reverse. I just gotta make the connection. Put this about halfway, roughly speaking. Yeah, right there's about halfway. If I take the time to extend this one quick, it's not 1 3/4, I'll tell you that much. Because what I would do, I cut it here, bring this part, that way I can bring that part forward, just stay stationary. This distance, whatever I measure here, would there be a chance that it might work? No matter what, it's got to be lengthened, don't it? The rest of them had to be. Why wouldn't this one? And you might say, well, just bend it. Well, I don't want to bend it because I don't know if it's been bent. Because I know they go around like this. Was this one played with already or not? I don't know. So do I want to bend it? Probably not until I know. Inch and a quarter right on the money. Center to center. I think we extend an 1.25 inches. I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm going to extend an 1.25 inches here, guys. And then we're going to put it back on here and see if it works. If it don't work, then I know I got to do something about that lever here. Because we got it, all we're doing is zeroing it out, making sure, you know. And that's with the thing set halfway between the threads. It's 1.25 inches. Right on the nuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this up to the bench. And where it's straight here, I'm going to cut it. So I got 2 pieces. I'm gonna get that 7/16 bolt out. I'm gonna cut it so it's 1.25 inches. Cut the shank. So I got an 1.25 inch piece to add in here, and I'll weld these back together. Now I draw a line across this on one side, so that way, although on here, since it's straight, it probably don't matter, I guess. But anyway, so that way the angles stay the same, you know. So I'm gonna put you on pause, and I'm gonna take my saw, hack that. Let's see. So I'm gonna take my saw and I'm gonna hack it here. Add that 1.25 inch bolt in, that grade 8 bolt, and weld it on both sides like I did with the other rods. And they're working good. And then we're gonna attach this all together again once and see if it works. And if it works, I'm gonna go yippee! Because right now it is nasty outside. You know, our actual air temperatures this weekend are going to be like 25 below zero, the air temperature. That's not, you know, it feels like temperature or frost freeze or whatever you want to call it all, but it looks like this is straight right here. So this is where I'm going to make my move. So it just shoves everything back that way, 1.25 inches. So, yeah, I'm going to go make one quick. I'll be right back. All right, so I extended this out again, as you can see. Let's see if we can make this work. And if it don't work, well, then I know I gotta buy a shift rod and lever. And okay, so it fits anyway. But does it work? I don't like how it hangs low. I pass on that. Okay. Now I'm gonna go up and try to shift it once and see if it does anything. Let's see. Still all in reverse. Transmission's in reverse. Oh, it'd be nice if it would work. It's a good temporary thing for now. Try to find the actual right part. I think the original one didn't hang down that far. I think it went up a little further. This thing hangs down a ways. So I think somebody made that. It's not a consistent bend either. It's like they put it in a vise and bent it and bent it and bent it over and over and over again. See if it works. I just figured I got it. Might as well try it. Let's see. Nope. Nope, it don't work. Cotton. Let's see, let's try the clutch. No, this frickin' vice grip falls off of it. Nope. Nope. Okay. Well, that officializes it. So let's knock it out of reverse, I guess, and pull that off of there. Leave it hang. No, it doesn't work. So I figured it wouldn't, but it was worth a shot. So it's a lever that's all fucked up on it. I'll pop it out of reverse here. Okay, it's out of reverse. Oh well. Let's just pull it off of there right away. Or should we leave it? Nah, let's pull it off of there. I don't know what we're gonna do here. Oh yeah, I tell you. Or if I screw it in all the way once and try it that way. Should we try it one more time? Might as well. What the heck? One more time. Then we tried it every direction we possibly could. Because I don't think this is going to work either, but hey, we'll try it, you know? This might work. It's got a small chance. Anyway. And if it does, I'd be amazed. Alright, are we neutral? Yeah, we're neutral. Okay. Everything's straight across here, so. I gotta get up again, don't I? Okay, I'll get up again. Here we go again. Last shot. We gotta start cleaning up, put away tools, and close out the video. And open the door. I go in. Oh. There, the shifter's junk. Maybe I got screwed on the shifter. I never thought of that. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I have no handle. They steal the handles out of these. They buy them, then they try to sell the handles for $5,000. You know, that's what they actually do with them. Make your own handle for $10. Did it go in reverse? No, not gonna work. Okay. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and neutral. Okay. Okay, so we know that ain't gonna work. I would probably venture to start with the shift lever, the ratio. So I gotta figure out what the difference is. I'm gonna look around, see if anybody's got one for sale. Reverse rod and the shifter would be, or lever would be nice. So let's just leave this all alone. Shut this down, clean up our tools. You know what we gotta do here now. Pick up all the tools here. That washer. And just say, well, that's it for now, I guess. And by the way, too, I need a 727 yoke. That one there is off of a 93 Dodge Dakota. And they had the same spine as the 727, but it goes in a ways and stops. And I don't think it goes in far enough. So I'm gonna have to fix that too. So I need that part, and I need this part, and that part, and this part, and well, yeah, my adapter worked out great, I believe. I believe that worked out just fine. Let's see, can we zoom in? Yeah. So that worked out just fine. When I get back under here, I'll replace these clips too right away. You know. So yeah. There it is, I guess. I hope I got that lever on the right way. I would think so. I think that reverse lever would face upward, wouldn't it? Maybe I got that on wrong. I'll have to look. Look at my manual once and see what it says. If this lever's gotta go down. I think that's right. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. Well, no, that would have to be right. Because when you put it in reverse, then this pulls back, so pull this back. And if this is down, it'll pull it the opposite direction. And this goes back to go in reverse, so that's got to be right, I guess. At least my logic tells me that. Huh. But anyway, guess that's all we know for now, don't we? Huh. I can kind of see here. The rods go through the frame and stuff like that. I can't believe it. Nobody on YouTube has actually a video on showing how the rods and everything are placed. You know what I mean? So, okay, let's pause the video. I'll show you the top where the shifter comes through the hole, you know, so you can see that my adapter here that I made, you know, that one there. You can see how that placed the shifter, you know. I'll show you that. So let's put this thing on pause for a second while I change positions, and then I'll pick up my tools real quick. So yeah, so there's the shifter coming through the floor. So I believe my adapter worked just fine. Works perfect. It's about in the center roughly. Damn close to the center anyway. So right about where it should be. It shifts just fine. There's plenty of room, plenty of swing, stuff like that. So yeah, so anyway, gotta buy gauges yet. All kinds of stuff to do here yet. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, so remember when I was building that intake? Well, that's how that turned out. Waiting for my carburetor to come, a 750 Eldebrock. Broken, whatever you want to call the thing, I guess. But yeah. So anyway, get out of the way. Please like and subscribe if you can, you guys. Look at my hair, all messed up. Yeah, it took all day for that to get that way. So anyway, I got a toolbox to put away. So I'm going to do that tonight. Let's put that all away. And then we'll figure this thing out again, you know? So please like and subscribe if you guys can. Oh, look at the glare on there. I would appreciate it, guys. I could use I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers by spring if I can. Sure, it'd be nice. Only 24% of you watching are subscribed to the channel. So you're not getting the full perks of the channel, by the way. There's other stuff in the channel that you can, if you're subscribed. But anyway, yeah. So she's coming along. We're getting there. So we now have a shifter in here anyway. Partially done. Just got to figure out the reverse side of it. Sounds like we're going to have to buy a rod and figure out I could make that lever if I just had one, a copy off of it, I could make one. But and then today all my front brake parts came. So now I can put our disc brakes all together. I probably won't be working in the shop for a few days because of the cold temperatures when they're talking 25 below for the actual air temperature. So we're probably going to have to shut her down for a few days. Or that poor heater's going to be just cranking, you know. And nothing's cheap anymore, as you guys probably noticed. So gas is cheap. Well, that's just because we're stealing it all from Venezuela, I think, ain't we? Where did that money go for that? Or did that go to Qatar? I think that went to Qatar, didn't it? Didn't he put it in a bank account in Qatar? I think that's what he did. That's what I heard anyway. They gave him that jet plane, so maybe he had to pay him back or something, maybe. But anyway, yeah. You guys take care, okay? And I mean take care. Take care of yourself. Be careful. Kind of a rotten world out there. Look at this. I gotta put this all away. You guys take care. Have a good evening. Stay safe. Bye-bye. Love to all. I mean that. Bye-bye.